All right. Your name, I'm sorry. What's your name, please?
Donia Anderson.
Okay, got it. We're going on to the 30th. Got it. All right, ma'am. It is alleged that you committed the offense of simple assault. The bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, if you make bond, of course, the court date is scheduled for the 2nd of February. If you make bond, that day will get canceled and you get your next court date in the mail.
Yes, sir.
And I've already informed you that I'm appointing counsel to assist you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, and all the best to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Good afternoon.
Oh, ma'am, are you Ms. Braithwaite? Your last name, please?
Braithwaite.
Got it. All righty. Ma'am, it's alleged that you drove without license. Your tag were expired or invalid, and you also made an improper lane change. Your bond this afternoon, ma'am, will be $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
I definitely will.
All righty. Now, ma'am, your court date of February the 2nd will get canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. It'll be later on in the year. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
I do not. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Ashley Greer.
Hello, Ms. Greer. Ms. Greer, it's alleged that you committed the offense of criminal damage in the 2nd degree. Ms. Greer, I'm going to allow you to sign out on an OR bond this afternoon. Ms. Greer. Okay, let me finish. Your next court date will be on the 8th of February at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. An OR bond, meaning you can sign yourself out, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Sign myself out.
Yes. The deputy there will explain it to you. Yes, ma'am. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
McCann? Yeah. McCann?
Hello, ma'am. Your name, please?
Felicia Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, it is alleged you committed the offense of simple battery and aggressive driving. The bond will be $2,500. However, I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out on an OR bond. I do have a condition of your bond, okay? I don't want you to have any violent contact with Mr. Harris, okay? You can, I know you're a parent trying to raise him or whatever it is you're trying to do, but just don't lay hands on him, all right?
Thank you.
All right, have a good afternoon, ma'am.
What's your name?
Ms. McCann?
Martin.
Give me your last name again.
Martin.
I'm not hearing you clear.
Martin.
Martin. Okay, all right, hold on.
Right here.
Sit down, man.
I gotta find you remember seeing it? What day is that?
Emery Martin?
No, Vision A. Martin.
Okay, Vision Martin, okay. All righty, give me 1 second. Ms. Martin, it's alleged that you committed the following offenses: obstruction of an officer, disorderly conduct, as well as giving a false name, address, and date of birth. Your bond this afternoon, ma'am, is $5,500. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Sorry.
Will you be able to make bond?
I have no family that would pay for me, none.
Okay, all right, got it. Now, you understood the option of waiving that I described earlier?
Yes, but I know for a fact, me and my mom's not on good terms. I don't work.
Ma'am, I don't need to hear that, okay? I don't need to hear that. What I asked you is a question.
So I heard it.
My question is, do you understand the process of waiving that I described earlier? There you go. Now we're talking. You need to listen to me. All right, waiving. Okay, if you have difficulty making bond because you're charged with a misdemeanor, you have the option of waiving. Waiving doesn't affect any of your rights. It's just a decision you're saying you want to speed this up. If you choose to waive, you'll have your case handled within the next 7 to 10 business days. That is an option that's available to you. So, ma'am, do you want to have your case handled February the 8th, or would you like to have it handled within the next 7 to 10 business days?
7 to 10 business days.
All right, ma'am, that's called waiving. The deputy there will have you sign a document acknowledging you want your case sped up, and I will sign it and process it for you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Right over here, ma'am. Step over here. Step over.
Your name, please.
Azaria Meadows.
All right, give me a second, Miss Meadows.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. McCann, she's OTB.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me not jump around too much. Hang on, I'm trying to keep it all straight. I'm gonna get to it after I get to Miss Meadows. But I got it. McCann, OTB. All right, got it. That's next in line. All right, thank you. All right, cool. You're right on point. Ms. Meadows, it is alleged you committed the offense of battery and aggravated assault. The total bond, ma'am, is $10,000. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Condition of your bond, you're to stay from Mr. Roberts. Can't be around him, can't contact him, or anything of that nature. All right. Now, let me see. Next thing is your court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Any questions, ma'am?
No.
Thank you, ma'am. That's all. Last name, please.
Miller.
Ms. Darlene Miller, it's alleged you drove with defective headlights, gave a false name, address, or date of birth, not having your license on your persons, as also well as driving with a suspended or revoked license. Your bond this afternoon, ma'am, is $4,500. Will you be able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. If you make bond, the court date of February 2nd will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. You also understand that I've appointed counsel to assist you, correct?
Say that again.
Understand I've appointed counsel to assist you, and someone from that attorney's office is to contact you within 72 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you understand. Do you understand? All right,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. That's all.
Okay.
Tell me your name when you come up.
Debbie Napier.
Ms. Napier, it's alleged you obstructed an officer. The bond is $2,000, or if I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out this afternoon. Your next court date is February the 2nd at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February 2nd, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, ma'am.
Judge Cooper, give me 1 minute, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Are you Mr. Robert Bates?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bates, it's alleged you committed offense of theft by taking. The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Bates?
I don't have no income and nobody to make my bond. I'm a homeless person, sir.
All righty, sir. Mr. Bates, you have an option called waiving. Well, right now, the court date for misdemeanors is February the 8th. All right. Waiving is a decision you're saying if you want your case sped up. If you choose to waive, your case will be handled within the next 7 to 10 business days. Waiving doesn't affect any of your rights. Everything still remains the same. It's just a decision you're saying, hey, I want my case sped up to be dealt with. So if you may have difficulty making bond, waiving is an option for you. Do you understand? Do you understand your options, sir?
Yes, sir. What about probation?
I'm sorry.
What about probation?
I don't deal with that. That'll get handled at that stage of the game. Right now, today, I'm dealing with my goal is to inform you of your charges, set a bond, and to inform you of your rights. So I don't deal with probation, sir. So do you understand your option of waiving, or in addition to being able to make bond or not?
I'm not able to make bond. I'm not able. No, why I can't make. I don't have.
Understand, but did you understand me explaining waiving to you, speeding the case up? Did you understand me? Did you understand waiving, sir?
Yes, I understand when you weigh the case to another courtroom.
Right. You want to. That's so you can move your case up. You can deal with the judge if you choose to waive. Well, let me say it this way. At some point, you're going to get in front of another judge where you can deal with your case. That's where you can talk about probation and all that kind of stuff, and you'll have the assistance of counsel. You can wait until February the 2nd or you can have it done within the next 7 to 10 business days by waiving. Do you want to wait until February 2nd, or do you want to waive and speed it up?
I want to speed up.
All righty. Deputy Nasir is going to have you sign something, sir, and I'll fill it out to let him know you want to speed it up. Thank you, Mr. Bates.
See that bill, Mr.
Tell them the number now. Yes, sir. Kenneth Brooks.
All right, Mr. Kenneth Brooks, let me, hold on. Yeah, yours is separated here. Let me see, hold on. All right, Mr. Kenneth Brooks, you're charged with reckless driving, 3 counts of failure to make report of an accident, driving a suspended or revoked license, criminal damage in the 2nd degree, obstruction of an officer, simple battery. Yes, sir. Let me make sure I got them all. All righty, sir. Got it. So, sir, I'm denying you bond this morning, but I am appointed counsel to assist you. Your next court date is going to be February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Thank you, Mr. Brooks.
This way, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Back to 1, housing unit 1. Go into the slaughter and go to housing unit 1. Over there in the corner, face that wall, go on that slaughter to your, go on that circle to your right. Mr. Bates, to your right. Oh, Lord. Come on.
Last name, please.
Brooks.
All right, Lawrence Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Brooks, it is alleged that you drove above the maximum speed limit, as well as DUI due to a combination of substances within your system. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mr. Brooks, court date for misdemeanors is February the 2nd. If you make bond, that day will get canceled, and you get a court date in the mail, and it'll be for later in the year. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, thanks. And again, I've appointed counsel to assist you, and that counsel or someone from the attorney's office is to contact you within 72 hours. Thank you, sir.
Judge,
all.
I
Yes, ma'am.
just want to tell you, Jayla McCann, she bonded out.
Got it.
Okay, sir.
Are you Mr. Joe Brown? Mr. Joe Brown, it's alleged that you violated the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 1 count, as well as violation of the seatbelt law. Your total bond this afternoon, sir, is $6,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
$6,000.
$500. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, no, I can't.
All right, Mr. Brown. Your court date, sir, is February the 8th. And Mr. Brown, I've appointed counsel to assist you, so that attorney or someone from that attorney's office should be contacting you within 72 hours, sir. All right, that's all, Mr. Brown. Thank you.
Carl Dangerfield, sir.
Mr. Dangerfield, give me 1 second. 1 second, Mr. Dangerfield. All right, Mr. Dangerfield, it's alleged you possess marijuana over an ounce. The bond this morning is going to be $5,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Dangerfield?
How much is that in the percentage range, sir?
You guys always want me to do your math for you.
You know what?
Mr. Dangerfield, I don't have time to do your math, sir. All right, you're going to try to make bond. I understand that. All right, Mr. Dangerfield, I've appointed counsel to assist you. Maybe that person can help you out with that. Your next court date, sir, is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. And again, Mr. Dangerfield, I've appointed counsel to assist you. So either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to come and see you within 72 hours. Okay, sir?
Now 5,000.
Yeah, your bond is $5,000. If you pay 10% of that, that's $500. All right, sir.
Okay, Judge Cooper, one moment, okay? I'm going to set up the meals, the rest of the meals from the 29th. We're gonna have
Yes.
at least 25 people, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
One more, sir.
Yeah, take your time. Uh-oh.
Judge Cooper, we're ready, sir.
All righty, thank you. All right, I want to make sure y'all can hear me. So if you can hear me, raise your right hand for me, please. All right, I want you to keep them up. I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear any information you'll give the court today? Keep your hand up, sir. Do you swear any information you give this court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you swear to tell the truth, you may put your hands down. All right, I'm Judge Cooper, the presiding judge this afternoon. I want to take a couple minutes to speak with you all about the nature of your case. I'm sorry, the nature of these proceedings. First, I'm not here to deal anything as it pertains to your case. I'm not here to take a plea or to deal with anything regarding your case. I'm here to do 5 very specific things. First, I'm going to inform you of the allegations against you. Okay, I'm also going to inform you of your rights. I'm going to set counsel, assign you counsel to assist you, and set bond if I'm authorized to set bond. And finally, I'm going to give you your next court date. All right, let's start with your rights. Standing before me this morning, you're an accused. And as an accused, you have certain rights. The first right you have is the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up that right, anything you say today may be used against you if your case goes to trial. During this and all proceedings, you have the right to presumption of innocence until the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to an indictment by grand jury if you're charged with a felony or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You also have the right to call witnesses to testify on your behalf. You yourself may also testify on your own behalf. But should you choose not to do so and to remain silent, there can be no presumption of guilt raised by you remaining silent. That is your right. Now, let's talk about counsel. You have the right to have an attorney represent you, and per the order of Chief Judge Wanda Dallas, I'll be appointing an attorney to assist you this afternoon. In appointing an attorney to assist you, either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to come and see you within 72 hours. That is the person to whom you tell whatever you want to tell, because as a judge, I can't provide you any guidance or legal assistance. Now, even though we've appointed an attorney to represent you, you may also hire an attorney should you choose to do so. That is your right. Today, we just want to make sure that 1, your rights are protected, and 2, you understand what your rights are. Now let's talk about bond. Some of you will be allowed to post an unrestricted bond for your release pending the prosecution of this case. Bond may be posted using cash, commercial, or property. Let's start with cash. If I see your bond is $3,000 and you have someone with that amount of funds, they come and they post it with the sheriff for your release. And when your case is over with, that same person goes and get the full amount of their funds back. If I say your bond is $3,000 and a person goes to make bond and they may be told, well, the bond is $3,200. Understand there's certain taxes and fees that I do not have visibility of that's placed on all bonds. But again, the person who pays your bond goes and get the full amount of their funds back. If you do not have someone with that amount of funds, they may use a commercial bonding company. A commercial bonding company charges 10 to 15% of the amount of your bond. So for a $3,000 bond, a bonding company will charge you from $300 to $400. Your friend or family member goes and pay that funds to the bonding company. The bonding company comes and posts your bond. The difference is the funds pays to the bonding company, that's your fees. No one gets that back. Or you may use property. If you have equity in property equal about 4 times the amount of your bond, again, the person comes and they place the deed to their property for your release. Once the case is over with, they go and get their deed back. Now, on all bonds, there's a condition of that you will not break the law while on bond. That's a general condition that's on all bonds. On some bonds, there's a specific condition. For example, do not contact a certain person or do not go around a certain place. Understand those provisions are taken very seriously. You violate those special conditions, you'll be rearrested, having a new charge, and not be able to make any bond for the remainder of the process. Also, if the person is named as a victim on the warrant, and there's a no contact provision between you and that person, that person cannot make bond for you. I'll break it down really simple. For example, your brother, your wife, whatever. If that person is the person who is a victim, and I put in a no contact provision, that person will not be able to make bond for you. Also, there's certain conditions where I'm not authorized to grant you a bond, such as if you're currently on probation or parole. So if you're on probation or parole, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond. So if I said I'm not granting you a bond today, that's probably why. There's also some offenses for which I'm not authorized to grant you a bond as a magistrate court judge. Now, if you're charged with a felony, your next court date for the preliminary hearing is February the 8th. If you're charged with a misdemeanor, that date is February 2nd. Now, if you make bond, your preliminary hearing date will get canceled and you'll get your next court date in the mail. So rather than February the 8th for a felony, that day will get canceled and the date will be scheduled for later in the year. For a misdemeanor, February 2nd. Again, if you make bond, that day will get canceled and you get your court date for later in the year. However, as a misdemeanor, you have an additional option available to you. That option is called waiving. Waiving is a decision you want to make that you want your case sped up. If you choose to waive, rather than February 2nd, you'll have your next court date within the next 7 to 10 business days. So when we get a chance to speak individually, you can tell me if you want to waive or if you just want to make bond. Again, if you're charged with a misdemeanor, February 2nd. If you make bond, that day will get canceled and you get your court date later in the mail, or you may choose to waive. You want your case sped up within the next 7 to 10 business days. Now, if you choose to waive, okay, because you may think you might have difficulty making bond, you can waive and still make bond. And anytime you make bond, that date will get canceled and you get your court date in the mail. Now, at this point, I'm gonna turn you back over to the deputy. And when you come up to the podium, sound off with your last name so I can make sure I can hear you clearly and that I'm dealing with the right person. Thanks.
Okay, Judge Cooper, one moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, sir. What is your last name, please?
Derricat, Brandon Derricat.
Hey, sir. It is alleged that you violated the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. You possessed a weapon, as well as possessed a weapon by one who's been previously convicted. I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon, Mr. Derricat, because he says here you're currently on probation. Now, Mr. Derricat, your next court date, sir, is going to be February the 8th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Go to the camera, come on. You gotta keep this moving swiftly. Okay.
Face the wall. Wall.
Go back.
Last name, please.
Franklin, first name Demetrius.
All right, sir. It's alleged that you had the defective equipment on your vehicle. You drove with a suspended or revoked license, and you used or possessed drug-related objects. Your bond this afternoon, Mr. Franklin, is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Franklin, that court date of February the 2nd will get canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. All right, sir?
And so you said my bond is told us how much?
$3,000.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. Last name, please. Antonio Hicks.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. It's alleged you committed the following offense: one count of battery, one count of cruelty to children, and one count of criminal trespass, damage to property. Your bond, sir, is $8,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, and now there are conditions of your bond. You're to stay from Miss Oglesby, both Latara and London. You're not allowed to go back around the address of 2421 Avon Avenue in Ellenwood. I'm presuming you have stuff there. So I'm putting on here that once you make bond, you have 10 days, within the first 10 days of making bond. Contact the sheriff. Someone will go over there with you to help you to get your stuff. And that's to prevent any persons accusing you of doing whatever. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you much, sir. That's all.
And hold on. Did you say that I got to get a shelter escort me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
Kelvin Isom.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm his counsel.
All righty. Got it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Ison. Hold on. I did not get your last name, counsel.
Jubas, Jubas.
All right, got it. Mr. Ison, I'm Attorney Cooper. Your counsel, Mr. Jubas, is also part of us here in this call. Now, Mr. Ison, it's your case here is different than anyone that has come before me. It is different in that you're not charged with a crime here in Clayton County. It is alleged that you wanted out of Pittsburgh. So I'm going to give you the short version of your options, and then you can tell me what you want to do. All right, Mr. Isom, you have an option of waiving or contesting extradition. If you choose to contest extradition, you can contest it on these very limited grounds. First, whether you are in fact Mr. Kelvin Isom. 2, whether what you are alleged to have done in Pittsburgh is actually a crime. 3, whether the paperwork is in order. And based upon those 3 things, the 4th thing is then whether or not you're a fugitive. If you choose to contest extradition, sir, you'll remain with us for an initial period of 30 days. Wherein the law enforcement folks at the state level will make sure that they have the right person, paperwork is in order, et cetera, et cetera. If they do not get that done within 30 days, then they have an additional period of 60 days to get it right. If they don't get it right, and it's in 90 days, then, sir, you'll be released. That's contesting extradition. Or you may choose to waive extradition. If you waive extradition, you're saying you're not going to contest it. Pittsburgh will be notified that you're here. They will have a reasonable amount of time to come and get you. Now, people always want to say, well, how much time? Sir, I can't tell you an exact number of days. I will just tell you that it's less than 30. If they don't come and get you within that reasonable amount of time, you'll be released. Do you understand waiving extradition or contesting extradition, sir?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, all righty.
Your Honor, is there any opportunity for a bond?
No, we don't grant bonds in fugitive matters, sir. All righty. What is your desires, Mr. Isom? Do you want to waive or do you want to contest?
You got to waive on that one, I think. That's a long wait if we contest.
I need to hear from you, Mr. Isom. And I'm sorry I don't have a way to do breakout here, counsel. I'm sorry about that.
I understand, Your Honor.
But Mr. Isom, do you understand? Let me ask you this, 'cause, you know, do you understand what I've explained between contesting and waiving, sir?
I do, Your Honor. I have a bar exam in 60 days.
I'm sorry?
I do, Your Honor. I have a bar exam in 60 days.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear all this. But I can't affect that. What I need to know from you then is whether or not you want to waive or do you want to contest?
Waive, Your Honor.
Okay, all righty. And having previously sat for the Pennsylvania bar, I wish you lots of luck. The deputy there will have you fill out something and I'll sign it to let them know you want to waive. Counsel, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor, if I may just make a quick statement to my client.
Okay, yeah, you may. I just don't know how to do it in privacy.
Oh, no, just wanted to tell him, Calvin, and we're working on it on our end here with Allegheny County in a couple of different ways.
Okay.
All right, man.
Having spent time in McKeesport, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. Hey, sir, your name, please?
Bill Johnson.
I'm sorry, Markel? Did you say your first name is Markel Johnson?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. Sir, it's alleged that you had a seatbelt law violation, as well as one count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $6,500.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry to interrupt. Good afternoon, Your Honor. I do represent Mr. Johnson. My name is Diane Claire. I wanted to, before we proceed, just confirm exactly what is he being charged with?
One count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act and one count of violation of the Georgia seatbelt law.
Is that violation of the Controlled Substance Act for marijuana over an ounce or under an ounce?
It's charged as a felony, so it'll be over an ounce.
I believe that would be a mistake in the system because there wasn't an ounce of marijuana found in the vehicle. It was definitely only 9 grams. It was under an ounce.
Well, I tell you what, because I do not have a district attorney representative here with me today to assert the state's side. So I hear what you're asking, but I can't grant it, okay? Because again, I do not have a prosecutor here. All I can do is what's been given to me, set a reasonable bond, and of course he has able counsel, so you can move forward and getting that squared away. But sitting here today, I do not have a representative from the prosecutor's office to what they would be doing.
Okay, I understand that, Your Honor. With speaking about bond, I would like to let the court know that Mr. Johnson has no prior criminal history whatsoever. He is local to Clayton County. His address is 145 South McDonough Street, apartment 12A. However, that address was listed wrong in the system, so we want to make sure that that address is corrected, and that is where the court can send notice to him. He does work here. He has a vending machine company that he runs with his family. He has family here in Georgia. He has several ties to the community. He's not a flight risk. He and his family have taken the step to hire an attorney. They've hired me for the entire case. So I'm going to make sure that he returns to court for his court dates and resolve this matter. He is taking this very seriously.
Let me just let you know, because I checked. I tell people I'm a retired military officer. I get up at the crack of dawn every day just because, and I've reviewed the record to understand what you're saying. And the bond that I've provided here is the lowest bond, a $6,000 bond in a violation for drugs. The standard is normally 8 to 10. So got you, understood what you're saying. But I do need one bit of help from you though. In terms of getting the address right in the system, I can't do it from my end. So I will ask you to, contact the sheriff's office and make sure that gets correct, because I would not want you to be misguided to say you informed the court of the correct address and then the address correction notices not be sent to the proper place. So that will not lie with me. I would ask you to make sure you deal with that with the clerk's office, okay?
Yes, we will, Your Honor. I just wanted to let you know that his address is local.
Okay.
And
All right.
that it might be incorrect in the system from what you're seeing.
Understood. Well, you know, given that the bond is what I'm able to, the best I'm able to give, if there's such a thing, would you be able to make bond, sir? I did not hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
he does have family that is willing and able to bond him out right now. Is there anything you can do? I know it's already a low bond. Is there anything you can do to lower it to 3,000 at least? It was, I know we're not here to argue the facts of the case right now, but it was not felony level possession.
Understood. And I know you're going to be, I can't lower the bond because again, I have to go by what's in the police report, but I know you're going to be, you're already on top of the game. You're already on top of it. So I'm sure you'll move quickly to get it in the right court. All right. But that's all I can do at this point. All righty, sir. Your counsel is definitely there advocating for you. Just want to wish you all the best. Your court date right now is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Counsel, do you have anything else?
No, Your Honor, that'll be all. May I be excused? Yes,
ma'am, and I want to wish you a great day. Thank you too, sir. That's all. Thank you. Hello, sir. Your name, please. Last name, please.
Bill Jones.
Mr. Jones, it's alleged you committed the offense of aggravated assault as well as simple battery. Your bond is $13,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, I will be able to make bond.
All right. Mr. Jones, I can't read this thing very well. What is Miss Dorothy's last name?
B-E-E.
Oh, okay. All righty. I couldn't. Okay. All righty. Got it. Now, Mr. Jones, while this matter is pending, okay, sir, I'm going to tell you to stay away from Miss B. You can't contact her or anything like that. As I've expressed earlier, violate those, you'll have a new term, and you'll not be able to make any bond for the remainder of this process. Second, I'm ordering you not to go back around that address of 790 Dixon Road, apartment B4. But I do believe you have stuff that you may need to get from there. So I'm putting on this paper here that when you're released on bond, you have your 10 days of being released. You contact the sheriff, they'll escort you. Make sure you get your stuff. And that's for your protection. That way I don't get a report that, you know, you spoke out of turn and be unnecessarily rearrested. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Your next court date, sir, is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m., 201. Thank you, sir. Your name, please?
Sit down, Mr. Parker.
Great love.
All right, Mr. Love, it's alleged you committed the offense of criminal trespass. The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
No, I don't think so.
I'm saying?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, got it. Now, Mr. Love, you heard me explain about waiver. Do you understand the option of waiving?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to waive or do you just want to make bond?
Wait.
All right, and Mr. Love, the deputy there is going to let you sign something, sir. Let me know that you want to waive. When I get it, I'll fill it out and process it. Thank you, sir.
Step up to the camera. Down, Mr. Parker.
Last name, sir?
Murphy, sir. William Murphy.
Murphy. Yes, sir. Mr. Murphy, so let you give a false name, address, and date of birth, as well as one count of criminal trespass. Mr. Murphy, the bond is $4,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Murphy?
It's how, excuse me, he says how much?
$4,000.
Yes, I will be able to make bond, sir.
Okay. Mr. Murphy, you're also aware of the option of waiving too, correct?
Sir.
All right, and you just want to make bond. All right. Now, Mr. Murphy, when you make bond, that date of February the 2nd will get canceled, and you get your next court date for later on in the year, and you'll get it in the mail. All right, sir?
Sure.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Murphy?
No, sir.
All right. Thanks much.
You too, sir.
Go ahead, all the way. Against the wall, okay?
What's your name, sir?
Derek Parker, sir.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Harper.
Parker.
Got it. Parker. Mr. Parker, it's alleged you committed the offense of simple battery. The allegation, the bond is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Parker?
Yes, as long as, is it just Gail, my mom, Gail Parker on the?
Well, what I have here, sir, interestingly enough that you asked, is that you to have no violent contact. Okay, meaning you can have contact, but no violent contact, no pushing.
Okay.
You know, you can't, you know, that allegation should not have occurred. All right, sir. Now, if bond is made, you know your next court date will be canceled, correct?
Yes.
All righty. Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, thank you and all the best.
Mr. Pugh. Go up to the camera. We're down, Mr. Reynolds. Take a seat, Mr. Stanley.
Last name, sir?
P-O-U-G-H.
All right, Mr. Pugh, it's alleged you had a window tint violation, driving a suspended or revoked license, use or possession of drug-related objects, as well as 1 count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is a felony, and it shows that you're currently on probation, so I'm not authorized to grant you a bond today. I've appointed counsel to assist you, and of course, your next court date is February the 8th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Questions?
Then I won't be able to get no bond today?
That's correct, sir. You're currently on probation. Thank you.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm not too bad, sir. And your name, sir?
Davis Reynolds.
Get off the wall.
Mr. Reynolds. All right, give me a second.
Don't lean on the wall. Don't lean
We
on-
have jumped a couple levels. Reynolds.
Move up. Then find that papers.
All right, hang on a sec. Oh, okay, yeah, Chris Davis. All right. Yes, sir. All right, sir. I'm going to deny the warrant and sign an order for you to be released. Okay, you're charged with simple battery. But the
Yes.
warrant is sufficient. Now, sir, please control yourself. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey. Off the wall.
What's your name, sir?
Eugene Stanley, sir.
Mr. Eugene Stanley, it's alleged that you committed the following offenses. Possess marijuana 1 ounce or less, possess drug-related objects, as well as unlawful operation of an emergency vehicle. The bond, sir, is $3,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Sure.
All righty. If you make bond, that court date of February the 2nd will get canceled, and you get a court date for later in the year, and you'll get that notice in the mail. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Next man up. Just on the wall, stand by the podium.
How you doing, sir? Mr. Sudler?
All right, Mr. Sudler, I need to talk with you a little bit because your case is different. It is alleged that you wanted out of Maryland, so I have to talk with you a little bit. Okay, I'm going to give you the short version. If you don't understand it, then let me know. And I have a 3-page version I can read to you. All right, Mr. Sudler. It is alleged that you wanted out of the state of Maryland. So you have a choice of contesting extradition or waiving extradition. If you choose to contest extradition, you can contest it on these very limited grounds. 1, whether or not you're Henderson Sudlow. 2, whether whatever it is you're wanted for in Maryland is an offense. 3, whether the paperwork is in order. And based upon all of those 3 things, 4, whether you are in fact a fugitive. If you choose to challenge extradition, you'll stay with us for an initial period of 30 days, where the law enforcement folks at the state level will make sure they have the paperwork in order, they have the right person, etc. If after 30 days they don't have it completed, You can stay with us for an additional 60 days for a period of 90 days. If after 90 days they haven't gotten it right, then you'll be released. That's contesting extradition. Or you may waive extradition. If you choose to waive extradition, they'll be notified you're here. They'll have a reasonable amount of time to come and get you. What is a reasonable amount of time? I tell people less than 30 days. If they don't come and get you within that time frame, then you'll be released. Sir, do you understand contesting extradition and the time frames involved, and waiving extradition and the time frame involved?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sudler, what is your decision? Do you want to contest extradition or do you want to waive extradition?
I'm gonna waive it.
All righty, the deputy there will have you sign something, sir, and I will sign it so it can be processed accordingly. Thank you, sir. Last name, sir?
Taylor.
Travis?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Travis Taylor, it is alleged, sir, that you violated the speed restrictions. You have 2 counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. You also possess firearm, and you possess firearm by one who's been previously convicted. Sir, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond because the information I have says you're currently on probation. Now, Mr. Taylor, your next court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Okay, February the 8th, 8 a.m., 201. Thank you, sir. Hey, sir, your last name, please?
Warren.
Mr. Darius Warren?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Warren, it's alleged, sir, that you had an expired or invalid tag, no license, and 1 count of battery family violence.
Can I, I'm sorry.
You just need to listen. Just need to listen.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, no problem. Your bond, sir, is $4,500.
Okay.
Will you be able to make bond?
Yes, sir. I have a job, so yeah.
All right. Now, you also understand the option of waiving, so you can speed this stuff up.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure you understand.
Can you make me Can you repeat it to me one more time? Because I was leaning against the wall and he said
Okay.
something.
All right. All right. You need to listen. All right. If you make bond, okay, that date of February 2nd will get canceled, and you get a later court date for later in the year.
Mhm.
You can also waive it, speed it up. In other words, if you may have difficulty making bond, rather than staying in jail until till February 2nd, if you waive, you'll have a court date within the next 7 to 10 business days where the whole thing can be addressed.
Mhm.
If you choose to waive, you're not saying you're guilty, you're not doing anything. You just want to say, I want to speed it up.
Yeah.
Do you understand that option, sir?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Now, do you still just want to try and make bond, or do you want to waive and speed it up? What is it you like to do?
I'm going to make bond.
All righty. Now, when you make bond, that court date of February 2nd will get canceled, and you'll get your next court date in the mail. All right. Now, what is it you wanted to say to me, sir? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish. Hold on. I got a couple things. You got to stay from Miss Marshall. Can't go back around that address off 7233 Davidson Parkway, room 205. Now, I'm pretty sure you have stuff there. So I'm putting on here, when you make bond, 10 days to contact the sheriff. They can go with you to get your stuff. Again, if you contact Miss Marshall or in any way violate these terms, you'll be rearrested and you'll not be allowed to make any bond for the remainder of this process. I've taken the time to explain it to you because I don't want you to mess up. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir. But okay, since everything happened, we done got an apartment together and all. So how that?
I can't help you. I just want to make sure you understand the words that I've said. I can't help you with whatever you got going on in your life.
All right.
Appointed counsel assist you. That you can talk to that attorney. They should be seen within 72 hours. I want to make sure you're clear because I don't want you to tripping over your feet unnecessarily. Do you understand? You're good? All right. That's all, sir.
All right, thank you.
Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Walk around. Look to the podium with the hand behind your back.
Hello, sir. Your name, please. Last name?
Warren.
Yakeem Warren.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. You're charged with driving a suspended or canceled license, not having a license on your person. 4 counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, trafficking in meth. possessing a weapon during a commission of a crime, also possession of a weapon by one who's been previously convicted. And sir, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon. Your next court date, sir, is February 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Thank you, Mr. Warren.
Stand up.
Do you have anybody else on the 29th list before we go to the 30th?
Do you have anybody else for the 29th?
No, that's it.
That's everybody?
Okay. Mr. Joaquin Warren was the last one.
Joaquin Warren is the last one, Your Honor.
Okay, can I run down? Well, I guess so. We'll run down the names in the end. All right, hold on. Let me go to the other list. All right, sir, your name, please. Last.
Adams.
All right, sir. It's alleged you committed the offense of theft by taking the bond as $2,000. Will you be able to make bonds, sir?
Maybe, sir.
All right, fair enough. Now, if you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. You're
sir.
also, I informed you of waiving. Do you understand the option of waiving?
Yes, sir.
Say again?
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right, so, all right. So do you want to waive or you just want to make bond?
I'm gonna try to make bonds, sir, because I got a job. I'm supposed to be at work right now.
All righty, all right.
No.
Yes, sir.
Now, the person that studied this warrant, I know you don't supposed to talk about the case, but he already canceled the warrant before they even.
Don't they, like you said, I'm not supposed to talk about the case because I don't know what you're telling me about. I don't have that information in front of me. But I wish you luck, and I wish you luck in getting that gig and keeping that gig. All right, sir?
Is there any chance I can get a signature bond?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. That's it.
Stand up. Take the podium.
Last name, please.
Out of the way.
Sir, it's alleged you drove without a license, no insurance, and the tag concealing the identity of the vehicle. The bond today is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes.
All right, sir, if you make bond, that court date of February 2nd will be canceled, and you get next court date in the mail. And you're aware of, I've assigned counsel to assist you, right?
Huh?
You're aware that I've appointed counsel to assist you, correct?
Yes.
All right, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Thank you much. That's all.
Next hand up. Step to the podium with your hand behind your back. Not on the wall. Step to the podium. Step up.
Last name, please.
Brown.
First name, Derek.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Brown, it's alleged you possess marijuana 1 ounce or less. I'm going to allow you to sign yourself out on an OR bond this afternoon. Your next court date, sir, is February the 2nd at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February 2nd, 8 a.m., 201. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
So much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hand up, please. Podium with your hand behind your back.
Last name, please. Okay, Aaron Uri. Okay, got it. Hold on a second. All right, sir. You're charged with the offense of identity fraud. The bond, I'm denying you bond this afternoon. When you make bond, sir, I'm ordering that you stay from to have no contact with Miss Jackie Augustus. Your next court date, sir, is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. Any questions, sir? All right, thank you. That's all.
Stand up. This bar right here.
Name, sir?
Agree.
All right, sir. You've been charged with assault on a peace officer, also assault, DUI, and obstruction of an officer. The bond today, sir, is $12,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Green, the court date is scheduled for February the 2nd. If you make bond, that day will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Excuse me. Also, Mr. Green, you're aware that you have the option of waiving, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you just want to go ahead and try to make bond.
Yeah, I just want, yeah.
All righty. Thank you, Mr. Green. That's all.
Thank you.
Next round, next man up. Ooh, I got a bomb. Next round.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, sir. Last name, please.
Oh,
All right, and Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, it's alleged you committed the offense of reckless conduct and terroristic threats. I'm denying you bond this afternoon, Mr. Hall. When you make bond, sir, you can't have any contact with Miss Mitchell. Understand?
Miss Mitchell? Who is Miss Mitchell?
Are you Tyquest?
Yes, yes, sir.
All righty. Let me read who's Miss Mitchell.
So I don't have a bond today?
That's say again, sir.
So I didn't get a bond today?
No, sir. I'm not granting you a bond. No, sir. All righty, but your next court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. 201. Thank you.
Next man up.
Last name?
Dixon.
Sir, it's alleged you obstructed or injured law enforcement officers. The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Say that one more time, sir.
The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the first thing I said is that it's alleged that you obstructed officers.
Sir.
All righty. Hold on. Now, Mr. Hickson, if you make bond, the court date of February the 2nd will be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you. That's all.
Next man up.
Hey, sir. Are you Mr. Kennedy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, said you made an improper left turn and driving a suspended or revoked license. Your bond this afternoon is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Kennedy? All right, if you make bond, Mr. Kennedy, the court date of February the 2nd will be canceled, and you get your next court date in the mail. Do you have any questions, Mr. Kennedy? Huh?
No, sir. No questions.
Okay, all right. Thank you then, sir. That's all. Last name, please.
Napkins.
I'm not
Hey,
sure.
sir. All right. Yeah, they'll adjust it to you. Mr. Lampkins, it said it's alleged you violated the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. And moreover, sir, from the information that I have in front of me, it says I'm not authorized to grant you a bond because you're currently on probation. Now, Mr. Lampkin, your next court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. courtroom 201. And I've already explained, I've appointed a counsel to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. That's all.
This is all right. Next man up. Face the podium. Yes, sir. Face the wall. Off the wall. Off the wall. Off the wall. Off the wall.
Are you Mr. Martin?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Okay, got it. Sir, it's alleged you committed the offense of battery, as well as cruel to the children under the age of 18. Your bond this afternoon is $9,000. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
No.
Sir, you say 9,000?
Yes, sir.
I have 500 in my possession. Could I have a bond? I have 500 in my possession.
That's fine. That's fine. You're gonna work at it. Understand? All right. Let me let you know there's a condition. When you make bond, you cannot have any contact with Miss Walker or her child, Lyric Walker. Can't contact them. Can't go back around that address. Can't do anything of that nature. All right. Your next court date is February the 2nd. I'm sorry, February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. February the 8th, 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. And of course, I've appointed counsel to assist you. All right. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Judge Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
now we have to set up the last 11, okay? It should be
Got it.
a moment, okay?
Got it.
All right, 1 moment.
Archival. Okay, I'll be right there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. If you can hear me, raise your right hand so I can know that you can hear me. All right, keep your hands up. I'm gonna swear you in today. Okay, the swearing information you'll give the court this afternoon will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. If you swear to tell the truth, please put your hands down. All right, let me just talk with you a couple minutes, all right? Because it's important that you understand what's taking place. First, I'm not here to take any information regarding what may have happened out in the streets. I'm here to do 5 very specific things. First is to inform you of your rights that you have as an accused. Second, to appoint counsel to assist you. Third, to set a bond for you. And finally, to tell you the allegations against you and then your next court date. Those are the 5 very specific things. So first, let me talk with you about your rights. As an accused, you have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during these proceedings can and may be used against you should your case go to trial. During this and all proceedings, you're presumed innocent until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to an indictment by grand jury if you're charged with felonies, or by accusation if you're charged with a misdemeanor. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You also have the right to call witnesses to testify on your behalf, and you yourself may choose to testify on your own behalf. But should you choose not to testify, there can be no presumption of guilt raised. Meaning if you choose not to say anything, no one can infer that you're guilty. Now, let's talk about counsel. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. And per the order of Judge Wanda Dallas, the chief judge, we're appointing an attorney to represent everyone. By appointing an attorney to represent you, either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office is to come and see you within 72 hours. That's the person whom you tell whatever, okay? Because as a judge, I can't provide you any advice. Now, you may also hire your own counsel should you choose to do so. That is your right. But again, we just want to make sure that your rights are protected. Now let's talk about bond. Some of you will be able to post an unrestricted bond for your release pending the trial of this matter. Bond may be posted using cash. You may use a commercial bonding company, or you may use property. I'll first speak about cash. Let's say your bond is $3,000 and you have someone with that amount of funds. That person comes and leaves that amount of funds with the sheriff. When your case is over with, that same person goes back and get their funds back. If you do not have someone with that amount of funds, then you may use a commercial bonding company. The difference is a bonding company charges 10 to 15% of the amount of your bond. So for a $3,000 bond, the bonding company may charge your family member anywhere from $300 to $400. And then they come and pay the bond for your release. The difference is the money paid to the bonding company, that's their fee. No one gets that back. Or you may use property. If you have someone with equity equal 3 to 4 times the amount of your bond, They come and they pledge the deed, leave the deed with the sheriff. When the case is over with, they go back and they get their deed back. Now understand, I may say your bond is $3,000. And when the person goes to make bond, they're told, well, it's $3,200. There's certain taxes and fees that are assessed by the sheriff's office that I do not have visibility of. My goal this morning is to make sure that everyone's treated fairly, evenly, and that you understand what your rights are. Now, on all bond, there's a general condition that you will not violate the law while on bond. That's a general condition on all bonds. There's also a specific condition that may preclude you from contacting certain place. Preclude you from going around a certain place or contacting a certain person. Understand those special conditions are taken very seriously. You violate those terms, you'll have a new charge, and you'll not be able to make bond for the remainder of the process. Okay. Now, if your family member or if the person that's going to make bond for you is named as a victim on the warrant and there's a no contact provision, then that person will not be able to make bond for you. And I'll break that down one step. Let's say you're got a little issue with your brother, and then you're going to expect your brother to make bond for you, but there's no contact provision. Then that family member will not be able to make bond for you. Now, if you're charged with a felony offense, your court date, your preliminary hearing date is February the 8th. Now, if you make bond, that date will get canceled and you'll get a court date through the mail. It'll get canceled and your court date will be pushed later on into the year, and you'll get notice of that in the mail. So if it's a felony, February the 8th. If you make bond, that date gets canceled and you get a court date for later on in the year. If you charge it a misdemeanor, court date for misdemeanor is February 2nd. Same thing applies. You make bond, that date gets canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. However, if you're charged with a misdemeanor, you have another available option. You have what's called waiving. If you may have difficulty making bond, then you can waive. Then your case will be handled within the next 7 to 10 business days. Okay, so those are your options. I'm gonna turn you back over to the deputy, at which time she's gonna give you some instructions. And when you get up to the podium, sign off with your last name so I can make sure I'm talking to the right persons. Thank you for your attention. Thanks.
One moment, Judge Cooper.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead and make a motion.
Hey, sir, good afternoon. What is your name? Last name, please.
Dennis.
Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Javante Dennis, it is alleged you made an improper U-turn, red light traffic violation, fleeing from police officers, aggravated assault, no license, and a seatbelt violation. Mr. Dennis, I'm not authorized to grant you a bond this afternoon because it shows that you're currently still on probation. Mr. Dennis, your next court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Do you have any questions, Mr. Dennis?
Sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dennis.
Next man up. Off the wall. Off the wall.
Last name, please.
Moore.
All right, Mr. Moore, it's alleged you committed the following offense: improper lane change, giving a false name, address, and date of birth, as well as possessing marijuana 1 ounce or less. Mr. Moore, your bond today is $4,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Moore?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Moore, you're aware of the option of waiving to speed it up. Do you just want to try and make bond, Mr. Moore?
I'm just gonna make bond.
All right, Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Moore, and have a good afternoon. Last name, sir?
Pringle.
Mr. Pringle, it's alleged you committed offense of battery, obstruction for hindering a 911 emergency telephone call, robbery by intimidation, as well as false imprisonment. Mr. Pringle, your bond this afternoon, sir, will be $22,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Pringle?
I'm gonna try, yes.
Understand, sir. Now, Mr. Pringle, when you make bond, you have to stay there from Miss Pringle, all right, sir? And you can't go back around the address of 790 Dixon Road, apartment L2. Now, I'm pretty sure you have stuff there. So I'm putting on here that once you get bond, you have 10 days from the time you get bond to contact the sheriff. They'll escort you to make sure you get your stuff. And that's so that while you're there, there's no allegations that you did anything improper. You understand, sir?
Yes.
All right. Now, again, your court date is February the 8th, 8 a.m., courtroom 201. Do you have any questions, Mr. Pringle? All right. Thank you, Mr. Pringle. That's all.
Next man up. Off the wall, sir. Face the wall.
Your last name, please.
Robertson.
Mr. Robertson, it's alleged that you one count of distracted driving, as well as one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Sir, your bond this afternoon is $6,500. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Robertson?
Yes.
All righty, sir. When you make bond, again, your court date will be canceled, but otherwise from that right now it's scheduled for February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Do you have any questions, Mr. Robertson?
No.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
Face the judge.
Last name, please.
Smith.
All right, hold on. Jaleel Smith.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Smith, it's alleged that you committed the offense of battery, as well as one count of criminal trespass. I'm denying you bond this afternoon, Mr. Smith. Also, Mr. Smith, when you do make bond, you're to have no contact with Miss Destiny Ward until this matter is completed. Do you understand, sir?
Sir.
All righty, sir. Your court date right now is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. That's all, Mr. Smith. Thank you.
Morning, Your Honor.
Yeah. No, sir, what's your last name?
Seymour.
I'm sorry?
Seymour, Your Honor.
Seymour. Okay, got it, Mr. Seymour. Mr. Seymour, it's alleged that you committed the offense of theft. The bond is $2,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Seymour?
Actually, I already posted my bond yesterday by 5 o'clock. I don't even know why I'm still here.
Well, let's not waste your time, sir. Have a good day.
Can we get them to expedite me out of here, please?
I don't control that. Bye, sir.
Sir,
Oh, you pointed that way.
No, step around. Next man up.
Last name, sir.
Simpson, S-I-M-P-S-O-N.
All right, Mr. Simpson. It is alleged that you committed loitering or prowling, a violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, as well as having drug objects. Your bond this afternoon, Mr. Simpson, is $10,000. Will you be to make bond, sir?
I'll try.
Understood. Now, Mr. Simpson, your next court date is February the 8th, 8 o'clock in courtroom 201. Do you have any questions, Mr. Simpson? All right, thank you, Mr. Simpson. That's all.
We said it earlier, but
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Nathaniel Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, it's alleged that you drove in a suspended or canceled license, child restraint violation, failed to signal before stopping. All righty. Your bond this afternoon, sir, is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond, sir?
Yes.
All righty, sir. Now, Mr. Taylor, if you make bond, that court date of February the 2nd is going to be canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Do you understand that, sir? All righty. Have any questions, Mr. Taylor?
No, sir.
Thank you much, sir. Have a good afternoon. Last name, sir?
Taylor.
One more time.
Taylor.
Taylor Roderick. All righty, sir. It is alleged you made an improper lane change as well as driving under the influence. Your bond, sir, is $2,500. Will you be able to make bond?
Yeah.
All righty, sir. When you make bond, your court date is February the 2nd is going to get canceled and you get your next court date in the mail. Do you understand, sir?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you much, sir. Last name, sir?
Yeah.
Mr. Villas alleged you committed the offense of aggravated battery, family violence, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, terroristic threats, cruelty to children, criminal damage in the second degree, as well as being a fugitive from justice. Your bond, sir, is I'm denying your bond this morning. This afternoon, when you made bond, you guys hear from Miss Watts, as well as her child, Nakari Comer. You can't go back around that address of 790 Dixon Road, B2. But if you have stuff there, once you get released, within 10 days, you can contact the sheriff. They'll go with you to make sure you can get your stuff. Do you understand, sir?
That you denying it?
Yes, sir. I'm denying your bond this afternoon. Your next court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. Now, sir, I also need to inform you of something. Hold on.
Please do.
I guess we need to deal with this too. It is alleged that you're wanted out of Florida.
Yep.
So let me talk. Say again.
Trespassing, yes, sir.
All right, let me kind of walk you through that because you have an option of waiving.
Yeah, no, I just want to do the extradition. I just want to go on ahead and.
Okay, all right. So they'll have you sign some stuff there then, sir. And the deputy will have you sign some stuff. All right, that's all.
I was just more worried about getting this out of the way because I know I'm not here to plead my case, but if you got the affidavit in front of you, like it's a lot of dates that I was out of town. Like
you understand, but I've appointed counsel to assist you. Explain that to your counsel, and they can take good care of you. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Judge Cooper, come back, Mr. Bill. Go back to standing. Judge Cooper.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a fugitive paperwork for Mr. Bill as well, sir.
Yeah, he said he's going to waive extradition.
He's gonna waive?
I guess since I'm back, since I don't have a bond, what do I do about that?
Why are you talking to me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Here's the deal. Maybe we might have jumped the gun because you told me you were going to waive.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just listen. I don't need to understand the decision is yours. You don't need to explain it to me. Because I'm not here to tell you whether it's a good decision or a bad decision. Now, I started to explain to you about extradition, contesting extradition, or waiving extradition. Okay. Now, and I'm gonna do it just to make sure you understand. Okay, you can contest extradition, and you can contest it on whether or not they have the right person. 2, whether the paperwork is in order. 3, whether what you're charged for in Florida is actually an offense. And based upon those 3 things, 4, whether you're in fact a fugitive. If you choose to contest, you'll stay with us for 30 days. If they don't get it right, you'll stay with us for a maximum of another 60 days. After 90 days, technically, as a fugitive, you'll be released. Or you can waive extradition, where the folks in Florida will be notified that you're here, and they'll have a reasonable amount of time, normally within 30 days, to come and get you. If they don't come and get you within then, you'll be released. Now, I think what the analysis you're going about is the fact you're going to be here a while. But anyway, all I need to know from you is, do you want to contest extradition, or you want to waive extradition?
Yeah, I just if I waive, do I just go to Florida, handle that, and come back, or do I just wait here?
Probably just wait here.
All right, that's cool. I appreciate it.
All right, that's fine. He's going to sign the waiver. Thank you, Deputy Knox. Thank you, sir, and good luck to you.
Same to you.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Willis?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Mr. Willis, it is alleged that you had expired or invalid tags, you tampered with evidence, possessed marijuana 1 ounce or less, as well as 1 count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Now, Mr. Willis, your total bond amount is $16,000. Will you be able to make bond, Mr. Willis?
No, sir.
All righty. Mr. Willis, your next court date is February the 8th at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. And as I've explained, I've already appointed counsel to assist you, and either that attorney or someone from that attorney's office to come and see you within 72 hours.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Willis, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir, and that's all. Thank you very much.
Judge Cooper, take one.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Cooper, that should be everybody, sir.
All righty, can I run off some names with you off your list?
Yes, sir.
All righty, let's go back to, well, I'll deal with the 30th list because that's what you have in your hand.
Okay.
What about a Randall Robinson?
Hold on 1 second, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Robinson bonded out, sir.
That's what I thought, but I got to be sure. All righty, let's go to the 29th, please.
Were you already?
All right, so alphabetically starting with, hold on, Hart, Damian Hart.
Mr. Hart bonded out, sir.
Okay. Then we got, wow, my alphabet's bad. What about Fudge?
Fudge bonded out.
Okay. Fowler.
Fowler bonded out.
Okay. Theodore Smith.
Smith bonded out, sir.
And last is a Minifield.
Also bonded out.
I thank you very much.
Very welcome, sir. If I
And
New Year, okay?
thank you much. Bye-bye now. Bye, Miss Mary. Okay, let's see. Stop this on YouTube.